for a marathon here, 42 kilometers from downtown Shanghai all the way out to Minhang. It's about 7:15 in the morning. It's a little chilly, but you can see there's a lot of people everywhere here this morning. It's a lot of fun. Before or after work, I had to train for this. Have to. 42 kilometers. If you don't train, you'll die. It's my third marathon here in Shanghai, and I run a bunch of other races as well. Pushing yourself through a marathon is like pushing yourself through any work. So, you know, a marathon, you're only racing against yourself. I'm never going to win this thing. So, you know, I'm gonna beat my time every time I run it. So that's what I'm pushing for. I'm going for my best time this year, so I'm trying to beat 3 hours, so we'll see if I actually get to beat my 3-hour time. I feel exhausted right now. It was a long race, but I'm pretty happy with my time this year. Not as good as last year, but it gives me a lot of room to improve for next year. So that's all I can work for. But it was a good race. Lots of cramping, and it slowed me down a bit. But you know, it was actually a really good competitive race. Lots of people running really fast this year. Probably the fastest I've ever seen anyone run this year. And it was good. It was very, very good. But I'm exhausted. I'm cramped. I can't move my legs right now. I'm heading over to Mint today, and what we're going to be negotiating today is next 2-3 months of events, and also for the first time talk about how we're going to get our second-year anniversary held here. These negotiations we've done them many, many times thus far, so we've been doing it for about almost 2 years, so I feel quite confident in getting the venues that we look for. We've been to about 40 or so venues over the past almost 2 years now, and we've never been turned down, so I'm quite confident that Mint will continue to agree to work with us. This way. All right. Yep, that's fine. Okay, so just make sure that we get a screen and wireless internet. That's the biggest concern for me, because everything we do on Tech Thursdays, NextStep Tech Thursdays, are all about having internet, IT, web, so if we don't have internet connection, that's a big problem. For the second-year anniversary, we have a number of sponsors that actually, food sponsors, that want to be able to bring food into the venue to provide a small little buffet to give a sample of their services and what they can offer the community here. And I want to know, can we allow them to do that for that event?
On that one, I'm afraid I have to tell you no.
Okay.
It's a policy not to allow any outside food.
All right, so maybe then will we be able to, as gifts to our guests that evening, give vouchers to different bars and restaurants or catering agencies from around Shanghai?
Well, I guess if you slip it into your gift bags, there's nothing we can do about it.
Okay.
Right?
All right, then we'll do that then. That actually makes a lot more sense, and we'll stay on good terms here. We won't cross anyone's toes here, but then we'll be able to help them out as well as a sponsorship. And then we'll be back here next Thursday, and everything else should be pretty good. So if you just want to get your guys to chop and sign all the documents, I've already chopped them. I can do deposits, whatever you need, in due time, and we can either do a bank transfer or probably cash is just easier, and then we'll be all settled up on that.
How about this? I'll stamp it and I'll have it couriered.
Okay, it's perfect. You have my address and everything. Okay. All right, perfect. All right. Thank you very much. Good seeing you again. Cheers. The meeting went really well. In regards to her not allowing us to bring in outside sponsors' food for the event, it's understandable. So, but they're going to allow us to have our sponsors give vouchers and different gift bags away at the event. That's perfect for us. I'm honored to stand up here today to open a great discussion with Craig Kielburger. My story is not yet as impressive as the one written by Kielburger, but I hope one day that what I started this past July at the NextStep Green Business Forum will inspire people to think and act green in both their professional and personal lives. Today, we're going to hear from Craig Kilberger. He's from Canada, and he founded an organization called Free the Children and also Me to We when he was 12 years old. And what I'm doing here today, I'll be opening up the event and kind of introducing myself and what I've been doing in Shanghai to get people active and get them out in the community. I like to be at the podium before I speak, so I'm aware of what's in the room, where people are going to be sitting, so I feel very comfortable with my hand motions and who I'm going to be looking at during my 2 or 3 minute speech.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Seelan. I'm the chairman of the Canadian Chamber of Commerce in Shanghai. We're going to hear comments from 2 individuals in the business community here in Shanghai. I have the great honor to ask Joe Constanty of NextStep Shanghai to come forward.
I really have to say that I'm honored to be standing up here today, opening up a discussion with Craig Kilberger. It goes back to, one, my friends that were in Green. In all honesty, I think my heart, my passion is starting companies, running companies to success. I really think I'm a serial entrepreneur, which means I like the first part of running a company and the middle part, but long-term, running huge corporations that I individually started is probably not my lifelong goal. It's to continue to start new and prosperous ventures. Here in China, it could be anywhere in the world. Guanxi is Guanxi is what you need to make things happen here. There's a lot of truth in that, don't get me wrong, and there's a lot of people that are watching that if I go about this question the wrong way, they'll probably chuckle a little bit.
Who's watching? Tell me.